Partial lunar eclipse to take place this week. An eclipse is said to take place in the Eastern Hemisphere, but it's nothing like the Great American Eclipse taking place later this month. A partial lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth is between the Sun and the Moon, but not all are perfectly aligned like during a full eclipse. The partial lunar eclipse on August 7, 2017 begins at 5:22 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time and is expected until 7:18 p.m. Part of the moon will orbit through Earth's shadow at a speed of 2,300 miles per hour. It will be visible to most of the world, except all of North America, much of South America, and some areas in East and Northern Russia. Unlike solar eclipses, no special equipment is needed to view lunar eclipses. A clear night sky will suffice. Don't let YouTube ad bots dictate what TomoNews reports. Support us at patreon.com/TomoNews. An eclipse doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's an awesome sight to behold. How to safely watch the Great American Eclipse. NASA has issued a set of safety guidelines ahead of a solar eclipse that will be visible to more than 300 million people in the United States on August 21st. According to NASA, an eclipse can be viewed directly through special-purpose solar filters, such as eclipse glasses or a handheld solar viewer. These filters should meet ISO safety standards, and the manufacturer's name and address should be printed on the product. Do not use filters that are more than 3 years old, or that have scratched or wrinkled lenses, and do not use regular sunglasses. And unless you want to go blind, don't even think about using homemade filters either. An alternative method is to use a pinhole projector. Simply cut a pencil-sized hole in a piece of paper or cardboard, then stream the sunlight through the hole onto a makeshift screen, such as a piece of paper. The most important thing to remember is that you should never, ever look directly at the sun. Well, not if you want to watch TomoNews again, that is. You only get one set of eyes, so look after them. The Great American Eclipse is less than a year away. America has started counting down to a total solar eclipse that will be visible from coast to coast on August 21st next year, and NASA says it will only be visible in the USA. A total solar eclipse occurs when the new moon passes between the sun and the Earth. In the path of the eclipse, the sun and its rays are completely blocked by the moon. The last total solar eclipse visible from the US took place in 1991, but could only be seen from parts of Hawaii. The 2017 eclipse will start in Oregon and pass over 12 states before exiting in South Carolina. Its path will be 67 miles wide. The Great American Eclipse of 2017 will be the first total eclipse only visible in the US since the country was founded in 1776. Total solar eclipses occur about once every 18 months, but it's rare for them to be so accessible. According to NASA, next year's eclipse will be the first to stretch across the entire country since 1918. But if you missed this one, don't worry. NASA says the US will only have to wait until 2024 for another total solar eclipse.
A total solar eclipse will darken the sky throughout Southeast Asia. People who are within a 90-mile stretch of land in Indonesia will experience a total blackout on Wednesday morning as the moon passes directly in front of the sun. A solar eclipse like the one expected to occur on March 9th takes place only during a new moon, when the moon's dark side faces the Earth. As the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, it casts a full shadow on some parts of the planet and a partial shadow on a wider region of the Earth. However, new moons occur frequently, 13 times a year to be exact. Yet, we don't see 13 solar eclipses each year because the moon's orbit is tilted 5 degrees to the Earth's orbit around the sun. This means the moon is only perfectly aligned between the Earth and the sun twice a year. On the morning of March 9th, a 100-mile-wide total solar eclipse will be visible to viewers in Indonesia and other areas of Southeast Asia. Viewers north and south of the 100-mile-wide area will be able to see varying amounts of a partial eclipse. The total eclipse is expected to last between 90 seconds and 4 minutes depending on where the viewer is. It will last the longest in the Pacific Ocean east of the Philippines. While the total eclipse won't be visible from much of the world, don't fret. The next solar eclipse will pass through the Western Hemisphere in August 2017.
Hey Tomo Sapiens! Help us beat the ad bots by joining our Patreon news squad at patreon.com/TomoNews. Rare supermoon total lunar eclipse coming at the end of the month. The first supermoon lunar eclipse in more than 3 decades will occur on September 27th. The moon does not produce its own light, but shines because its surface reflects the sun's rays. A lunar eclipse occurs when the sun, earth, and moon are aligned to form an exact or almost exact straight line, with the earth in the middle. In this alignment, the earth casts its shadow on the moon's surface, which temporarily does not receive any sunlight. The earth's shadow is made of an outer part called the penumbra, a darker central part called the umbra, and the antumbra, a partially shaded area beyond the umbra. On September 27th, the lunar eclipse will be total, which means that the moon will completely enter the umbra for 1 hour and 12 minutes. The moon won't turn completely dark, however. Rather, it will turn reddish as it's hit by sunlight bent by the Earth's atmosphere, a phenomenon known as a blood moon. At the same time, another phenomenon known as a perigee supermoon will also occur. Supermoons happen because the Earth's orbit around the Earth is elliptical rather than circular. When the moon is at its apogee, its furthest point from Earth, it's about 252,000 miles away. At its perigee, the closest point to our planet, the moon is about 226,000 miles away. On September 27th, the moon will be at perigee, and therefore it will appear to be about 14% larger and 30% brighter than an apogee full moon. An event like a supermoon total eclipse is quite unique. Since 1900, it's occurred only 5 times, in 1910, 1928, 1946, 1964, and 1982. The next one will occur in 2033. This rare supermoon total lunar eclipse will be 100% visible from start to end in some parts of North America, in all South America, in Western Europe, and Western Africa. It will not be visible in East Asia.